Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to directly answer the question that the Mongil Stardive community has been arguing about a lot recently, which is Esther's banner is live, Mina is coming soon, resources are limited, so should you all in on the Assassin Maid right now, or should you skip and save for the Nine-Tailed Fox? I spent quite a bit of time analyzing Esther in the current game and looking up information about Mina on websites since she is not in the game yet. In this video, I will share honestly what I actually experienced. No exaggeration, no overhyping. However, because Mina has not appeared yet, these analyses only apply to the current moment. If in the future Mina's stats or skills are different from what is shown on websites, then you should wait for updated analyses when Mina actually releases. First, I will talk about Esther, since she is the character with the current banner and the one many of you are most unsure about. Esther is a 5-star SSR win-type character in the Assassin class, meaning a melee assassin. Her concept is very interesting, a maid working at the Maid and Clover Inn holding a broom, but inside that broom is actually a hidden sword called Silver Flash, and not just any sword. Esther is actually the heir of a swordsmanship dojo, and she was once the famous captain of the 9th Knight Squad, a unit made up of outcast warriors but extremely powerful. Because she grew tired of jealousy within the Knight Order after an incident that injured her eye, she faked her death and went into hiding as a maid. The story is actually quite good, fitting perfectly with the ordinary but not ordinary at all type of character that I like. Now let's move on to the more important part, Esther's kit. Her core mechanic revolves around something called Dust Cloud. Her special skill, Housekeeping, allows her to sweep the ground with her broom to create a dust zone, and while standing inside it, everything gets buffed. Her basic attacks become stronger, her attack increases, and enemies inside the area are inflicted with confused status. Her basic attack, Maid's Double Life, combines physical hits from the broom with wind slashes from the hidden sword, and when inside the dust cloud, it becomes significantly enhanced. Her ultimate skill, the Maid and Clover Inn's Peacekeeper, is a lightning-fast slash that deals AoE wind damage and launches all enemies into the air. The visual effect feels extremely satisfying. In addition, she has Taking Out the Trash, which creates a vortex that pulls enemies into the center, making it very convenient for grouping them up and dealing damage. So, how strong is Esther in actual combat? Honestly, when she has the right conditions, meaning the boss is staggered and the dust cloud is active, her burst damage is extremely impressive. The Assassin class passive allows her to deal extra damage to stunned enemies, so the combo of using her ultimate and special skill while the boss is immobilized after breaking the neutralization bar can melt a huge chunk of HP in an instant. I have seen the boss HP drop extremely fast in that moment many times, and it feels very satisfying. This is why in Conquest modes I place her in S tier, the highest rank. But, and this is a big but, Esther is not always that strong. Her most important skill, the one that creates the dust cloud, has a cooldown of up to 15 seconds. 15 seconds in this game is quite long. During that time, her AoE capability and overall damage output drop significantly. In addition, for her to truly shine, you need teammates who can break the boss's neutralization bar quickly. If your team does not have someone who can handle that well, Esther will lose a big part of her advantage. And one more point, she is melee and depends on positioning. If the boss constantly moves out of the dust cloud, you will lose a lot of value. To summarize Esther, she is a top-tier assassin with extremely strong burst damage in the ideal window, excellent in Conquest, but she requires proper investment, from crit damage stats to a team that can break defenses to fully unlock her true potential. Now let's move on to Mina, and I'll say it straight. The reason Mina is called a national pick is not by chance. She is a 5-star fire-type character in the fighter class, but in reality, she plays like a hybrid between a brawler and a ranger. Mina's combat style is built around Foxfire to attack both at range and in melee, combined with a clone summoning mechanic. Mina's core mechanic is the Essence Bar. This is the resource you need to manage well to maximize her power. Her basic attack, Foxfire Orb, fires fireballs that deal fire damage and generate essence. Her special skill, Foxfire Blast, consumes essence to unleash empowered attacks and its strength is the very low cooldown, allowing Mina to maintain almost constant pressure. Her ultimate, Foxfire Clone, summons a clone that fights alongside her, creating massive AoE damage and applying burn effects to enemies. Her swap skill, Sparkling Flourish, immediately creates a large fire explosion and restores essence when she enters the field, letting her get into rhythm very quickly. And her passive, Essence of Fire, allows her to perform special dashes that consume essence to engage or dodge. This is what makes her extremely mobile. Once you get used to Mina, her combat loop feels very smooth. Build Essence with basic attacks, dash to dodge or reposition, unleash Foxfire Blast for big damage, then build it up again. There is no 15-second downtime like Esther. Mina is always doing something valuable on the battlefield. Combined with her clone mechanic, the pressure she maintains on bosses or mobs is very consistent. In practice, when I use Mina in world mode, exploring, clearing maps, doing story content, she clearly stands out. Her ability to dash continuously, her uninterrupted AoE, and her smooth map clearing make her extremely comfortable to play. No need to wait for cooldowns, no need for a specialized team to support her. She functions well on her own. That's why I feel Mina is more suitable for the majority of players, especially F2P or low spenders who don't have enough resources to build a perfect team around a main character. Of course, Mina also has weaknesses. If you use Essence to dash too much without thinking, you will run out of resources for Foxfire Blast. That's wasted damage. On the other hand, if you are too conservative and don't dash, you will get hit by the boss because Mina's defense stats are not very high. Managing Essence well is a skill that takes time to learn, but once you get used to it, it is extremely rewarding. Now I will directly compare the two in specific scenarios so you can make an easier decision. In Conquest mode, boss fights, fast clear speed, Esther wins, no debate. The Assassin passive combined with the staggered window is a deadly combo. In world mode, map exploration, Mina wins, also no debate. Her mobility and constant AoE are something Esther cannot compete with in this situation. In terms of self-sufficiency, not requiring a specific team, Mina clearly wins. In terms of peak burst damage in an ideal moment, Esther wins. About team compositions, I need to make this clear. If you already have Flare, then Mina is almost the perfect piece designed to go with her. Flare is a fire destroyer who is very good at breaking the boss's neutralization bar, while Mina provides consistent fire damage. The synergy between them is extremely strong, forming a mono-fire team that is currently one of the strongest meta setups. If you add Nare, a fire support buffer, then that team is basically a dream team. On the other hand, if you already have Jiwan or Sangun, the two best win supports, then Esther will benefit greatly, and this is the perfect time to build a full win team. So who should you choose in the end? I'll say it straight for each case. You should all in on Esther right now. If you are lacking a strong win DPS for elemental content, you already have or plan to have good armor-breaking supports, and you enjoy a high-risk, high-reward playstyle, focusing all your power into a short window to delete the boss. That feeling when Esther's combo hits perfectly during the staggered moment, and you see the HP bar drop instantly, it feels extremely satisfying. On the other hand, you should skip Esther and save for Mina if you want a versatile character that works well in almost every situation without heavy setup, you already have Flare or want to build a mono-fire team, or you simply prefer a fast-paced, highly mobile playstyle. In terms of long-term value, future-proof, I think Mina has a slight edge because she does not depend too much on external conditions to perform well. One last thing I want to say, both characters are very strong and both deserve a top meta position. The choice between them is not about picking the stronger one, it's about picking the one that fits you better. If your resources are really limited and you are not sure, then Mina is the safer choice for most players. But if you already have a solid win team foundation and want a top tier burst DPS, then don't miss Esther. Her banner will not be around for much longer. Alright, that's the end of today's video. Which side are you on? Team Assassin Maid or Team Nine-Tailed Fox? Drop a comment below and let me know. I read them all. If this video helped you, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next Mongil Stardive analysis videos. I have a lot more interesting content coming soon. See you in the next video.
Hidden cloud style secret technique.
Now you die.
You can trust me. Don't be scared. This is for your honor. Just for you. Fly dragon! This place could use a destiny. Patient.
Now you die.
Turn the shadow. Dragon's breath. Cover me. I'll clean this up. All dispose of this rubbish. Go away.
Tear you apart.
I'll clean this up. You can trust me. Just for you. Feel the dragon's fire!
Absurd gimmick.
I'm going to turn up the heat. This place, rowdy guests will be disposed of. All these rubbish. You can trust me.
Think you're clever.
Relax. I'm sure it'll all be fine. Now turn to Jerry. This place could use a dusting.
I will burn everything. Peace.
Out of the way. It's gonna heat up. Is that what you want? Fly dragon! The threat has been removed.